there, lovely people, and you're watching Culturally Sarawak, a show where we will be going on a journey exploring the different aspects of cultures in Sarawak. I'm your host, Lofrin, and I'm a fan of culture ever since I was a little girl, especially the cultures that we have here because we have so much to offer. For this episode, we will be learning about another group of instruments by the Iban community, which really needs to be talked about more. Here to speak about Gendang Pampat, we have an important figure in the preservation of Iban culture. So, viewers out there, we have the president of Academy Persatuan Daya Iban Sarawak, or Asadia, to join us, Mr. Mabong. Hi, and welcome to the show. It's really great to be able to see you again after quite some time. So, how long have you been the president for Asadia?
I've been the president of Asadia for 7 years. That was since 2014.
2014, for 7 years. Yeah?
Yes.
That's quite long, and I'm very honored indeed to be able to talk to you in this capacity as well. And we've talked beforehand about Gendang Pampat previously, and it's not something that I'm familiar with. Can you tell us more about it?
Gendang means, in English, means drum, but in Iban, some say it Gendang, and some communities say it Taboh. So we play Gendang normally in a long house during Gawai Daya, and that is for certain ceremony. But of course, there are certain tunes that we can play it anytime, in whatever time we like.
I see. So Gendang Pampat is not exclusively done during Gawai.
Not really.
I see. And it really is something, and I'm really interested to know more. But now we're going on a short break, and when we return, we'll be finding out as much as we can about Gendang Pampat. So stay tuned. Welcome back, and you're watching Culturally Sarawak with the president of Academy Persatuan Daya Iban Sarawak, better known as Asadia, to learn more about Gendang Pampat. It's quite a name, Gendang Pampat. There's something very strong about it. So yeah, and I have to ask, is Gendang Pampat only played traditionally, or can it be infused with modern music?
It can be both. It can be played traditionally, and it can also be infused with the modern music, because I heard it before that the musicians, singers, they use part of the tunes from Gendang Pampat.
I see. And I think the main concern that we have as traditional musician is integrating traditional and contemporary music. Where do we draw the line, Mr. Mabong, where we're not supposed to, or that we're supposed to, and things like that?
The line can be very thin, but if we keep on drawing the line that we cannot do this and we cannot do that, I think some of the tunes will disappear because we can't expose that. So there's a need to think another way so that our Gendang Pampat will be alive all the time.
So a little creativity with music doesn't hurt anyone. And before we started, you showed me this other musical instrument that a lot of younger generations don't really know about. I mean, for me, if you didn't show me earlier, I wouldn't have known what it is. Can we get you to show it to us here?
Yes, that's right, because the older generation need to expose the younger generation to the instrument. Otherwise, they will never see it, they never heard it, then they will not interested with our cultural instrument. For example, something like this. I think not many people knows about this little romantic instrument. I say it's romantic because this instrument used by the people in the old days to court, or when they go for courting the ladies, when they want to meet the ladies. So this is called ruding. In Iban, it's called ruding, but if you, in English, it's called mouth harp or juice harp. So I'm sure not many people know how to play this little romantic instrument called ruding. So I try it.
Yeah, do it.
Oh yes, thank you.
I wouldn't know how to.
I don't really know, but I just know how to make the sounds on it.
Okay, that's good.
So this is how. Okay, roughly that's how it is. But for the expert, they can make they can communicate words with this, the sounds, using this little romantic instrument. It can be made from bamboo or metal like this. So I don't really see this thing anymore this time. So it's very difficult, very rare. So we need to expose our younger generation to this kind of instrument. So that's about ruding.
That's really cool. I've not seen it before since you showed me. And yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other musical instruments of the Iban that the younger generations are not familiar with. So you've been actively promoting Iban culture in various forms, whether it's traditional music, contemporary, and how would you advise to others who wishes to promote our local instruments?
I advise them, especially those who have knowledge about the local instrument, who are the expert, they need to open up classes, invite youngsters to learn how to play the instrument. Otherwise, they will forget about it. All right? Not that they are not interested, but they have no idea on how to play. They said the ruding just now. Most people, they never seen it. So how can they play it? But if they are exposed to that, and then they will be interested in that kind of instrument, and then that will keep our tradition alive.
I definitely agree with that sentiment. And as the president of Asadia, Mr. Mabong, I'm sure there are a lot of challenges that we know others can relate with, especially one with your authority. And modern music has definitely influenced the popularity of traditional music in our country. How, in your opinion, of course, do we get our traditional music up and running again?
The only way is to expose the traditional music to the new generation. It can be through mass media like television. So I'm very thankful to the Sarawak Media Group for making this initiative to promote, to expose the traditional music to the younger generation. And of course, individuals, those who can do it, please don't keep it in your heart. Just expose it, teach our younger generation. Otherwise, we will lose that tradition.
Yes, I agree. So if you guys, if you viewers out there know how to play any traditional musical instruments, you can teach others or expose yourself through social media. We have learned a lot about Gendang Pampat and also ruding that you just showed us just now. So we'll be taking another short break. So do stay tuned because we have special performance by the lovely people of Asadia by the end of the show. It's going to be awesome. So stick around. Hi, and welcome back to Culturally Sarawak with me, Lofrin. And the president of Asadia himself, Mr. Mabong, on the Gendang Pampat. I've not heard of Gendang Pampat played in my longhouse, so hopefully I can see newer generations getting involved with Gendang Pampat in the future. So, in terms of Asadia, what do you have in store for the future?
Well, for the future, we try to attract our youngster to learn the Gendang Pampat, because the future of Gendang Pampat or the future of our cultural tradition is with them. So hopefully, the older people will pass on the knowledge to those younger generation.
Yes, and me as one of the younger generations as well, hopefully we can pass it through the next one in the future. Do you have any message to our viewers out there?
To our viewers, please treasure our cultural tradition. Or it can be either oral or musical instrument. So we have to hold on to that, because that's so who we are, or where our roots or our identity. If we forget our culture or our tradition, meaning that we have no roots. So our civilization will just simply disappear like that.
That was really a wonderful way to tell our viewers what you had in mind. And it was really enlightening to know about Gendang
Yes.
Pampat. And thank you again for showing the rooting, because, a lot of people don't know about it. So yeah, hopefully that we get to see more Iban or even different musical instruments of different communities to be highlighted to more people in the future. So yeah, there you have it. That ends this episode of Culturally Sarawak. Do remember to watch the next episode, where we will be talking about an intricate bamboo xylophone. You'll have to tune in to find out what it is. Follow us on TVS TV on Instagram, and me at Lofrine, that's Lofrine. If you have a musical instrument that you want to show to everyone, or maybe you made one, or you found one in the shop maybe, or even you want to show us your musical talent. So just post it up with the hashtag Culturally Sarawak. I really, really am looking forward to interacting with each and every single one of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Gendang Pampat by Asadia.